All right, there we go. Now we're live. All right, that worked. Welcome everybody. This is it was a last minute show, I guess, the JMS Roundhouse Discussion, Agent Solo, City Under Siege, which is live on Indiegogo right now, and I am here with the creator of this awesome project, Raymond Leonard. What's up, brother? How you
What's
doing?
going on, everyone? What's going on, Joe?
I
Glad
am
to be
I'm
back
doing
on here
good,
again.
man. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's good to have you back on. You launched this project how long ago? It was a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I launched it. That was last Friday, I believe, on the 7th or the 8th,
Yeah,
July
okay.
8th or 7th, I believe. No, July 10th. I'm sorry, July 10th. That was on
Okay.
Friday. Yep.
Yeah, I have to say I was pretty excited because when we had you on on the Art and Stuff show, that was the first time I was meeting you and first time I was getting to know your project. And with the second campaign, I got a chance to do the bundle to get or what did I get? Anyway, I
You
backed your
got the
campaign.
solo. You got the super pack deal.
Yes, I got the super pack. Yep, I got the yep. So I could get the back issue that I'd missed before or issues or whatever it is. So I'm looking forward to actually reading the book for the first time once I actually receive it and the campaign's over. But so I guess for anybody that's new here, that hasn't caught you on the Art and Stuff show or any other stuff that we've done together in the past, might as well give them a rundown of what the book is about, what the project's about, where the passion came from,
Oh,
all that.
sure, man. I created Agent Solo like when I was 18 years old, 1996, July 4th of July. A lot of when teens like that, you have friends who chasing girls and stuff. So I decided to stay in the house that day and create my own characters. And Agent Solo was one of them because I was a huge fan of Mission Impossible. Uh, the $6 Million Man TV series.
Yeah,
Uh, James Bond and all that good stuff. And I decided I wanted to create my own agent guy. So that's what he came. He came from a love of all that, and I just created him. So what he does is he's a bionic super agent named Jackson Bryce who thwarts national security threats. That means he goes around, takes assignments, he take it down anything that's a big threat to the world or to the country everywhere worldwide. And the biggest enemies are called known as hazard. They're like my Cobra. They're
yeah,
like how Cobra is to GI Joe.
nice.
And these guys they're real big terrorist group. They operate worldwide. And what they do is they do all type of stuff, but nuclear weapons, you name it. And what he does, Agent Solo, he tracks them down from because he's part of the global unit, which is a special team organization that tracks down high power terrorists. So what happened was when Agent Solo was built, that blueprint got out into the black market of the black market of how to do bionics. And
Yeah,
so what people was doing was they was actually going in and getting their body parts and stuff done in all type of technical parts like metahuman. They call metatechs. They get all type of armor or whatever on their body, weapons, you name it. Because they had stole the blueprint of the bionics. They got out, into the black market. So it's like one of them high action books, man. And I was always a fan of the '90s, like Image Comics and stuff like that. So my love from all that came from I just built all that love that anything I loved, I just took it all and just threw it into Agent Solo.
yeah. You can definitely tell the image influence for sure with your books and your art style, which is awesome because that's what I love. So I really dig that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Um, So we're just checking while you're talking. I've just been checking out the Indiegogo campaign page
Oh, okay.
and everything you've
On
got.
there, I got an action figure on there, like
Yeah,
exclusive. Yeah. The first tier, I think I forgot what's the name of it's the first tier in here. It sold out quick. It was the action figure exclusive. It sold out
the
quick. Only had like for I think it was like five. It was a
oh
five
what
limited.
okay
Yeah, it was 5 limited. And
you have the action figure exclusive was sold out. Yeah, yep, that's yep.
That was sold out. So then what happened was I made another tier for some people to get it again. So far, someone picked one up. Someone else told me they wanted to get another one, so I guess they'll come through when they're ready. But I made sure I made it 20 this time for that tier, because everybody wanted one, and I was like, okay, you get one.
Yeah, it's pretty
They
cool
love
looking.
it so far. They love it so far. I was glad to get that one. The prototype did. I mean, he did a great job on it.
Yeah, it looks great.
I'm just happy that how it came out. And I also did a lot of variant covers on there. It's like for the first issue, I did a new variant cover for that first issue, which is right there. You see pulling up.
Right here.
Had my buddy Raw Fuse. For the variant cover, I had my buddy Kurt Hampshire from Marvel Comics and Image. He did the Supreme with Eric Larson. He did that cover for me right there. And I was happy to get Dre the colors on that from he's an Extreme colorist.
Oh, nice.
For Rob Lightfield.
Yeah.
I pulled him out of retirement because he's like, I don't color anymore. I said, well, I'm pulling you out of retirement for this one.
That's awesome.
And he like, man, you still got it, man. You talk about some you retired, you still got it. And that second one right there, that's by my buddy Aurelio Mazea. He does a lot of work for IDW,
nice.
Lion Forge, Marvel Comics. He does a lot. I had him do that cover for me, and he blessed it. I only want Agent Solo from him, and what he did was, he said, "Man, you're such a nice guy, man. I want to throw in the other characters you got for free, And I was really shocked at that. I was like, man, you ain't got to do that. I got to pay you. Like, just pay for the regular price. But I want to throw the other characters in that for you. And he surprised me, man. I'm like, wow. I was blown away by it. I'm like, wow, look at this.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
All this was did during the pandemic, man. All this that was made during the quarantine. That cover right there, that animation Agent Solo was did by my buddy Jovino Mendoza. He did a lot of freelance work too. And he's like, I want to do an anime cartoon style. And I was like, go ahead. And
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Blew me away with it. I was like, wow. I was just, just getting all this creative work did by different artists is just mind blowing. So it makes you it gets you more. It makes you even more motivated to do more. You know what I mean? And
yeah, absolutely.
You just don't want to. You just want to keep going when you see that stuff. And right there, that's the creative team. That's me, Arthur Bedfield. He's the writer. Have Ernest. Ernest have been friends forever. Got the great legend Kurt Hathaway, the letterer. He lettered a lot of comics, man. He lettered a lot of Image comics, Marvel comics, DC comics, you name it. He did it all.
Yeah, you got a really cool group there. I was actually about to say, first off, real quick, Sofizo Graphicos, thank you for checking out the show. And LA, brother, good to see you, man. Thank you for checking it out. And hopefully everybody, if you get a chance, share Agent Solo. It's on Indiegogo. You can drop the link anywhere. Share it around, because really the reason why we're doing this tonight is we're at 1560 of 5,000 flexible goal with 47 days left. So we got plenty of time to really get some eyes and backers on this. So we already have 48 backers on it already, which is really good. We'd really like to push that closer to that $5,000 goal of there, so that everybody can get their books and we can really fund this thing like it should be, because it looks like a great product, great book. I'm excited to get it, and definitely you can tell that the passion and love behind it is there. Anyway,
man, I up late nights drawing it, and the fun part about it, both books are done, so you don't have to wait.
Right,
you have to wait on this action figure to get made, but everything else, everything is already done. The book is done. Both books are done. Everything is lettered, ready to go to the printers once we get the funding. And I send it off to the printers and, make sure everybody get their books and stuff. But one thing, if you get an action figure, it takes time for the action figure to get made. But what I do is I do a process of showing you, step by step of the toys getting made. So, but everything else is already just ready to go.
That's the great thing with your project is that it's going to be fulfilled. So nobody has to worry about it because the books are done.
Yeah.
Once the campaign's done, the books are going to be out and ready to roll. So we'll all get our books fairly fast, I would assume. So that's awesome. Because sometimes, for people who don't know too much about the crowd funding, sometimes the books are still in the process of being made while the crowdfunding is going on. Which is the purpose of crowdfunding. Getting the book together and whatever. So with you, the book's already done, ready to go to the printer. So whoever backs this project, you are guaranteed to get this book. So definitely do that.
It's done. It's ready. Issue 1 is 36 pages. I did issue 1 as a special. I added 36 pages of continent. Issue 2 is 26 pages of continent. Now I'm, as a comic book reader myself, I love comics. You know how when you get that book and you don't get enough of the continent, you get a lot of commercial.
Yeah.
You get a lot of, a lot of commercials in the book more than pages. So I said, well, I want to make sure my book got a lot of pages for people to read. I like, I'm breaking the rules. I don't want it to be standard and just doing a 20-page book. Skip that. I want to get them more. So I went all out in that first one with 36 pages.
Yeah, that's a lot of pages. That's a good amount, man.
That's also fun about creativity. You can break the rules, man. You don't gotta, you don't have to be, it's okay if you want to be standard. You want to do 20 pages. Nothing wrong with it. But if you want to breaking the rules and breaking the law,
yep.
I like to break the law, man.
If I had known more about crowdfunding when I started doing my project, I probably would have had a longer first issue. As it is right now, I think my first issue, when I go to launch my book, will probably be about 28 pages because I've increased it. But I didn't know anything about crowdfunding.
About what you want. It's all about how you want your book to be, man. It's all about what because how it was back in the day. We all thought that we got our comes all got to be 20 pages, like Marvel and DC. We got to make them 20 pages. Or we got to do this the right way. Nah, see that one thing about freedom of creativity, nobody can tell you what you can't do. You want to give your readers you want to get them their worth. You want to get them their dollars worth of content because I believe they deserve that. Especially that they're supporting you. And I just believe they deserve all the good content they can get, man. Because creating comics is you can just break rules or whatever you want to do with it. And that's what I'm doing with Agent Solo is that I want to give people something that they will not get in the comic book stores, and that's a whole lot of content with a whole lot of pages and great quality of work. I don't want to just get them, like some cookie cutter stuff,
right.
Or they have to wait for the book to get done. Because, we human, things happen, anything could come up, and the book could get delayed, and, then, people got to wait. You know what I mean? So what I did was I just made sure I completed both books and just put it out there so people can get it, man, right away. When the campaign is over, they can send it to the printer and smack dead, they got it.
Yep.
That's just how I operate. Some people operate different. They wait for the campaign to be over, then they work on the book.
Yeah.
Sure enough, some family issue will come up. And you'll be waiting forever for that book.
There's never enough time in the day. And somebody told me when they were giving me advice for the crowdfunding stuff was to try to get the book finished before you crowdfund it, just because on your first, especially your first campaign, you can take away a whole bunch of headache knowing that the book is done.
Right,
and
it's done.
Focus on the campaign.
Exactly, because like I said, we're human. Especially if you have kids, anything can happen. Your kid can get sick. Anything can happen when you're trying to get this book done and you did a campaign. So that's what's best to have it done already. Therefore, you won't have no worries. It's already done, so you won't have to be no panic mode, or you're like, oh man, I gotta explain to all these people that the book not going to be done. Oh God,
Yeah,
But if you have it done already, letter whatever ready to go, you cool, man. You in a safe zone. That's why I tell people to do. Make sure the book is finished first before launching, especially if it's your first book. Just make sure it's done all the way so you won't have no worries. Because like I said, we all human. And family problems do happen. You know,
absolutely. What's up, Mark? How's it going? He says, keep pushing,
Mark.
Raymond. Yeah,
Boy, Mark Poetry, that's the man right there.
I
You
was
know
just
what?
about to say
Mark
that
is
is
the
the man
guy that
right
gave me
there.
the advice.
Yep.
He's the one that gave me the advice to do my own book. I reached out to Mark a long time ago because I wanted to be a part of I forgot what company Mark was with at the time. And I asked Mark a question. He said, why don't you just self-publish yourself and get it out there? I said, you're right. I wasn't thinking about that,
You know,
he just gave me so much good advice about it. And me and Mark became best friends, and my hats off to that man because he doing the damn thing. I mean, the guy is just phenomenal with everything he launches, and
oh,
I
he's
take my
killing
hat
it.
off to Mark because he's great. He's an awesome guy.
Why don't we jump in real quick? Why don't you tell us a little bit about, go a little bit deeper into your creative team? Your writer, Arthur Belfield. Why don't you tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
him and some of the other guys you have on this project?
Oh yeah, Arthur became best of friends through social media. I was a fan of some of the work he written for another publisher called what's the call of I can't think of the name right now, but it's an indie publisher by Tony Light. I can't think of his name right now, but it'll come to my senses. But he wrote a book called African Force or something like that on there, and I was a fan of his writing style. I said, man, if I could get him to write the story I want, I mean, I'll be okay because I wanted to make sure the story was. I could have wrote the story. I did the outline of it. I did the outline of how I wanted it, but I just needed that. I need that oomph to it. So
Yep. Yeah.
I found this guy. So I stalked him. I stalked him for a couple of days. Then I said, "Hey, would you be interested in writing this extra solo story for me, man? I already got scripted out, got the characters ready. I can send you everything." He said, "Sure, send it over to me." And after that, we just clicked, man. Because when I read the script, the guy got me, man. I mean, he understood me. He understood that I was an action type guy, in your face type of artist. I wasn't a cookie cutter, and he
Right.
he got me, man. He made me just run wild on the book, and I was like, yes, I finally got somebody who understands me. Because you get them,
That's a
you get
big
some
thing.
writers who be trying to be they try to be that old school style, try to write, giving you 7 panels to draw
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
all that, But with art, it was totally different, man. He understood me. He got me. He's like, yeah, man, I know you got that image style going on. I just knew this would fit for you. I mean, he let me run wild with the script, and I was like, oh yes, this is heaven. And I just was drawing all over the place. There were page spreads, you name it. He put it
Yeah.
all in there for me.
You know what? That's an awesome quality, and that shows a really good writer right there that he can write to the strengths of the artist. I mean, obviously
Exactly.
it's your project and it's your idea and everything, but if you're handing over reins, so to speak, you're handing over your plot ideas and everything to a writer, he's not trying to make it his own necessarily. He looks at what you're doing, looks what you're giving you, or what you gave him, and obviously your style and how you like to draw, and then you plays to your strengths. That creates a great relationship between the writer and the artist, and I think that makes a project so much more smoother and so much more excited to be a part of when you have a guy like that you can click with.
Exactly, man. I mean, yeah, he really did a great job. Um, and I just love the way how he had did each script, each story. We were back and forth because there was some things he like, hey, this is okay. Then I like, no, he don't do that. Then he'll take it out, or then it was the the conversation how we had, man, was like real friendship. Like we'll actually just be up. Sometimes he'll call me, I call him, we'll talk over the script, and the connection was just, man, it was just real, man. It's best to have that bond with your writer, your creative team,
Yeah.
like your family, because then you understand each other's strengths, and you understand what person, where he coming from, and so he's pointing out stuff. Okay, yeah, this will work. See, that won't work because it's got to be logic to it. The
Yeah.
process
Oh,
is just
yeah.
fun. You can't just have a man just jumping out the building, right? And why is he jumping out the building for? You know, it was stuff like that. You know, like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. You know, so he was being an editor too, you know, even though he didn't know it. He's been an editor too, because they catch me doing some stuff like, okay, that's cool, man, but that don't make no sense. You know, that's how you talk. That
Which
don't make
is
no sense right there.
Yep, which is that's what's great about having an actual like a writer on on the project, because I've said before, like we're independent creators, and a lot of us, we're storytellers. We know what we want to tell. We can plot stuff just fine. We can see everything in our minds because we're the artists of the book. But sometimes we miss that tiny little detail that you need in the stories, to keep the pacing going, to make things, like you said, make things make sense. And that's where actually having a competent writer coming in and taking what you want, asking you those probing questions of, all right, well, why is you doing this, or why is your character doing this, or what is your motivation for that? And they can really bring that
Right.
out and form that story. My writer did the same thing. I think you and I sound like we're in the same boat there. We got experienced writers, good writers on our project, and they brought the best out of our story that we're trying to tell and made it a much more easy to read story once the reader actually gets into it. So Fizo Grafico says Raymond reminds me of the joy of creating comics. Which is
My
funny.
boy Shiloh.
I agree 100% with that, because
Thanks,
Sean and I were
Shiloh.
talking. Sean Aaron and I were talking after we had you on the Odd and Stuff show a few months back, just about you had this enthusiasm to you, and after the show, we both felt motivated to work on our projects because,
Oh, thanks, man.
ugh,
And
you're
you know what?
welcome, but just
I work. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
sorry, that coffee was coming up. I was just saying, like, just the
Awesome.
enthusiasm of talking to you, the love that you show for your project, the passion you show for it, you can't help but feed off of that and put that into your own work, so talking to people like you really gets you juiced up to do your own work, so it's a very motivating kind of thing to talk to a creator like you at this point in time.
Oh, thanks, man. I you know what? Man, I've been at this for a long time because I work retail hell. People, I had the whole line. I had everybody on Facebook said retail hell. I started a trend because everybody they said, "What is retail hell?" I said, "Because I work at I worked the sales club. I worked the sales club for 3 years, and it was hell, man. I was a cashier, man. It was hell, dude. I'm talking about I met a lot of crazy people in my life.
I can
I was a
imagine.
cashier, so I would tell these stories online about my experience in retail hell. And as I was doing retail hell, I was creating my comic books. I would come home. I might be tired, but I would come home, man. I would eat something. I would work on the page because I wouldn't feel right. If I missed a page that day, working that night, I felt like I didn't do something. And I'd be very cranky the next day. So I always try to make sure I worked on the page when I came home that night. Because they work you like hell at retail hell, man. You don't have no off days. And if you do get a Friday, Saturday off, it's almost like they made a mistake on your schedule. you know. And I say, well, I'm gonna take advantage of this because you don't know when they're gonna get rid of you. You know. So I made sure I took full advantage of what I was doing. And sure enough, I had got ill, I got sick. And when you're working for Walmart or Sam's Club,
Yeah.
uh, they don't take sick notices.
Oh.
They don't care. Yeah, they don't care if you was in that. They don't care if you got hit by a car or something, man. They don't care. So and plus they go by points. So if you get a point, you automatically fired. So of
Oh,
course
gee.
they fired me. They fired me the legal way, illegal because I was sick. How can I be at work and I'm sick? I got a doctor statement, whatever. But it played to my advantage because I was able to go to LA with Agent Solo, me, my brother, and my friend Jamal. He's dressed up as Agent Solo in an Agent Solo costume. Went to LA and we sold out, and I got a lot of contacts and stuff. And I came back home, man, and I was just so motivated to keep going. That's why I knew I had something to offer people in the world. When I went to LA, that really changed me.
That's awesome.
It really ignited me to really do this real full time. So that's when Editor Press came knocking on the door, and they picked up the Violent Bird book, But Age of Solar he opened up a lot of doors for me with the first Kickstarter I did with him. So we got some special when people really start to pay attention to you,
Yeah.
and they love your character. And I'm getting all this fan mail from all over the world, man. Brazil, Africa, and I don't even know these people, dude. And I'm like, man, what is this coming from?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. That's a good feeling.
Right, it's a good, people taking their time out to draw your character. And what I do is I try to put everybody's, fan mail inside each book. I try to put so much of it, and I really try to put it all in there, and I let them know, hey, you're in the next book. This is one enough room. But it's just the beauty of creating your own stuff and people loving them, man. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah, I second that. Mark said that you're one of his favorite creators, always positive, and you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell that when you talk and when you speak about your projects, man. And and if people follow you on Facebook, you're a very positive person, and that's good. We need more people like that in the world.
Right. I try to, we living in crazy times, man, and but I have love for everyone, man. It's not a hatred in my bone. I just comics. What keeps me motivated and happy. And if I can share comics with anyone that's feeling that means I did my job. I'm doing my part. I'm making people happy about comics, man, and keeping it about comics and what I don't like about we all can have disagreements about what we don't like in the entertainment world of comics or whatever, but still we're keeping it. We're still keeping it fun, and we're just talking about comics. You know what I mean? So to me, that's why I like to bring around me is nothing but positivity and people who love comics, man. I mean, I can talk about it all day long.
I think it's actually kind of funny because I think people might underestimate how much comic books can play a role in bringing people together. Just like a lot of entertainment, like music or whatever, it's the same thing. The comic book community. I have always been pretty impressed with the family-like atmosphere you get. And I come from a indie music scene, and it was kind of the same way. And it's one thing I used to tell people when I was in the music scene, is I always saw a lot of similarities between the independent comic scene and the independent music scene. Because we're all in the same boat out there. A lot of times we're all supporting each other. The fans that follow your projects are diehard fans, and they check your projects out because they legitimately like your work, they like your characters, they like your story, and they'll keep coming back and support. And I think it's a really humbling thing when you have that kind of support from an individual. That it's a true thing. And you're not a big name. You're not a big name. You don't work for a big company, and I think it's more special. It's more special from where guys like you and I come from, and to get that support from the fans, your friends, family, whatever. It's a really fun thing to share. The comic book community, it's that and music, I think, have been two of the best things that I've been a part of over the last 20 years or so in my life. It's been a real pleasure.
Brother, music and music and comics, that's art, man. And it brings a lot of people together, bro. And it's like, if you showing these people love, people who love your stuff, and they see you showing them love, man, they're gonna continue to show you nothing but love and support. Especially when you're doing campaigns and you delivering, giving them the books. You keeping your word on your side that you're delivering the books. They will definitely continue to support you, and that's one thing about crowdfunding. I love about is that you're able to show the people like, look, hey, I got this book, and it's for everyone. I want you to love it, and hey, you're gonna get it on time.
Yep.
And when you deliver that, they see that, and that's been kind of a problem within the indie community about crowdfunding. A lot of people have been getting their books funded, but the problem was they turned it back on their supporters and not delivering what they promised. You know what I mean? I think it just sucks that a couple of bad apples could ruin it for the whole entire community and make people not really want to back because they done heard all these stories about, people not receiving the rewards and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't want, you try to not make people say, hey, I'm not like that. That's why I always make sure I put my whole 100% in what I'm doing, including delivering my stuff on time to people. Because no one deserves to be, feel like they got gotten. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially when in a lot of these projects, even though I think the crowdfunding you get what you pay for in the long run. But when you're asking somebody to shell out, 10, 20, $25 for your book, where they could go to a store and spend $5 on somebody else's book, it's to have that trust that they're investing in you and then to quickly turn it around and give it back to them. I think that's definitely key, and that will, establish that trust and keep them coming back for more. And I think the way that you do it is a fantastic way. If everybody had the opportunity to actually finish a book before they started a campaign, I think that is definitely the way to go. I'm gonna try to do that myself. We'll see how it goes. I'm very early in the stage, so we'll see.
Rock, bro. You got my back already. You rock. You had got that Devil Pack book, and I included some awesome in there for you. So
hell
I
yeah,
hope you like it.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Something there for you.
Yeah, I love these. Yeah, these. Getting back to, I want if anybody that's joining us for the first time here, I think we've been on for about almost a half hour, that hasn't seen the Indiegogo page yet. There is a link in the comments both on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook. So if you're interested in this book, you just want to see what it's about, follow the link and check it out. But for those who are just checking out the show, I'm going to go through it here live while we're talking. And I just have to say, like, I love the variant covers you have. They all look really, really good. They all look fantastic.
Oh, thanks,
Great
man.
art, awesome colors.
Curry Hatcher and Curry Hatcher and Earl Israel, man, they really delivered on those variants. I was like mind blown when I was getting them in my email. I was like, just up all night, just kept looking at it. You know how you look at something you don't want to, you get a birds chirping, dude, and I'm like, I'm up, I'm up at 3:00 in the morning looking at variant covers through my email, my Dropbox, and I'm like, I can't go to bed, man. I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome! I can't just share with everyone.
Now,
it just man. I mean, I had so much fun doing this stuff.
So this is this the original cover right here, or the main cover?
That's a new cover. The original
that is okay.
The original was it was like a low, it was like a slogan. He's not a, he don't need, is like Kurt Hathaway came up with that idea of the first cover. He said, make it a slogan campaign. Make him seem like he's a real badass. He is. I said, well, Kurt, what you got in mind, Kurt? He said, make it like how Marvel used to do it back in those days of Marvel covers. So it came up with Agent Solo. There it is right there. Agent Solo. He doesn't need a weapon. He is a weapon. Kurt came up with that idea.
Nice.
I said, you know what? Yeah, go with it. I have fun with this stuff, man.
Man.
My creative team, we just have fun with it. I'm an open up guy, man. If somebody come up with an idea about something, and maybe you might see an idea, and I don't see it, I don't catch it. But if you come to me with that idea, and I'm visioning in the sky, I'm going, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Kurt, go ahead with it. And he'll go with it, and he like, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. And man, it delivered. I mean, it's like it's a beautiful thing, but that's why I just love creating with people, man. Like, people got suggestions, man. I'm all open for it. I'm not one of the type of guys like, well, this is my book. I don't think that I fit. Man, if you feel like something is cool with it, man, and I can vision that, man, it's all good. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Can't complain.
It's always, I find it more fun to work with people on a book. Like you said, even though it's your book and everything, it's having the other creative minds get your mind going. So exactly. I mean, they might think of something that you hadn't thought before, and it's a fantastic idea, and it especially if they know what you're looking for in the character, and it just falls right into place, and it actually improves upon the book. It's so much fun to sit in a meeting or on the phone or whatever with your writer or editor, whoever you might be working with, that's throwing out plot ideas and just see things coming together. Because uh, you could just, if you did the book by yourself, which a lot of people do, and more power to you. I've tried to do that in the past, and I don't get very far because
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
like I
question
said, if you could do
myself,
it by
I'll
yourself,
overthink, all the time.
you're right. Yeah, trust me, dude. I was there. I did that with my Geist Rod book. I did everything because I didn't have I didn't have the funds to really collab with people until I got I got a better paycheck and better raise at what job I work at. But you know, it's best to, if you can, to get that little team going. You both on the same page. They understand where you're coming from. But if you can do it by yourself, more power to you. But it
Hmm.
will burn you out, man, because you're trying to do the lettering and the color and the inking, and it will burn you out because it's like a full time. That's like a full-time hour job, that you
Yes.
just you're doing all that stuff. So thank God for the internet and technology. We don't, everything's so easy to do now. It's still a lot of work though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a lot of work. What I loved about what I love about working with my writer Joel Rodriguez, um, is just having those. Like, we'll try to get together. We'll do a Zoom conference or whatever once a week if we get a chance. Sometimes things come pop up where we can't. But I love that because we'll just usually sit down for an hour and then we'll just talk about the book, and we'll talk about where we're going with the character. I'll throw my plots at him, and then we'll just sit there and we'll just discuss the creative aspect of the direction, character building, what we would like to do and all. And it's just some of the most fun moments I have is just in those meetings, thinking of the possibility and seeing the story come together. I mean, it's fun to
Right.
draw. Don't get me wrong; it's fun to sit down and draw and do all that afterwards. But watching something come to life, as you're speaking of it, is great. And I think that's one of the things I've been extremely addicted with doing comics over the last probably about 6 months since I actually sat down and made the determination I was going to do my own book, like you were saying, and actually say like, this is it, we're doing it, we're going forward. These are the people I'm bringing along, and let's get rolling. And it's been a fantastic experience. I mean, I even though I sell my life, I got my own stresses, money and all that kind of stuff like normal people do.
Yeah.
There's something that's exciting because there's always an exciting element that like at some point I'm gonna jump back onto my board. I'm gonna get back into a creative meeting. Where I'm gonna start doing the thing I love to do. Um, it's unless you like I said, unless you experience it and you are in that creative aspect. I don't know if somebody could totally understand exactly what we're talking about, but it's I don't know if I could be doing anything else. I think I'd be bored as hell if I wasn't pursuing something.
I said the same. I said the same thing, dude. Look, I said, what if I would create a band? I'd be right back at it. So I'd be working a job I really don't like. I
Yeah.
already know it. I already know what I'd be doing. I'd be in some crappy job bad as hell. Um, you know, dude, I'm telling you, when you get that first book printed, man, you're gonna feel like a whole brand new person, man. I'm telling you. That is a feeling that nobody is hard to express when you get that first book and you smell those pages, man, and ink and stuff, and you flip it through that book and they show your name in there, man, and it's gonna do something to you, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna make you want to work even more, man. It's like addiction after that, because you like, man, I gotta do the next book. I got I
Yeah.
got I gotta do the next book, and what I learned was from creators, like I talked to Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, and all these guys. I always say, always make sure your first book is good. Always make sure that second book is better than the first book.
Yeah, it's great advice.
And on for that. And that's the best advice I got. And that's why I say I make sure I'm always topping myself with something that I know I can't. I might didn't pull off of the first book. I'll pull it off of that second book. But if I ain't pull off the second book, I'm dead well gonna put it off of the third book. So
Right.
it's all about, man. When you get that first book though, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna feel so much better, man. You're like, wow, I finally did it. You know, you might even tear up. I don't know. I teared up when I got
I
the first
I
book.
might. I might. I remember what I felt
You
like
know,
the first time we recorded our first EP or what album, and I got a chance to sit back and actually listen to the band as a whole, with as a listener,
right?
just listening to the music that we created. And I remember the feeling that that gave me was an amazing feeling. And so now segue that to art. I'm anticipating that feeling with this so much, and I gotta wait till next year or sometime next year until my deadline or so of getting it actually in hand is gonna show up. But I'm anticipating it, man, very much so, and I think it will be a very emotional experience the first time I get that book in my hand and flip through it and just experience it for myself. So it's
Dude, I'm telling you, get ready to get a picture frame. Get ready to get a picture frame, man, and hang that first book when we first get that first printing. It's gonna do something to you, man. I keep that in front of me. Well, I have to do a lot of rearranging in my little office space here. I took everything down, but um, when you get that first experience, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna make you, it's gonna make you so, it's gonna make you so like this. You're gonna be so creative, man. You're gonna be thinking of all types of stuff. Then, I mean, I gotta get a, I gotta get some towels made or something, you know. That's how I was, man. I got some 80 soda mugs made, dude.
yeah, I saw that. Where we
I got
going?
some mugs. That was just me just being so hyper, you know. Like
There we go.
I gotta get some mugs. I gotta
Yep.
get, I gotta get this, And sometimes you gotta say, slow down, man. We're not freaking, you're not freaking Marvin, and you're not rich, dude. So sometimes I gotta catch myself because I can't get carried away, you know. But
I
that's the
feel
fun
you.
that you enjoy your creativity, you enjoy, you believe in it. And I believe in Agent Solo, man. That's all I do is I breathe Agent Solo, I draw 'em. I feel so comfortable drawing my own characters that I used to draw Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Like I still draw Captain America. People want me to draw him, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't waste time drawing Captain America no more. I spend all my time creating, drawing my stuff because your time is valuable, man. You can't really get all that back.
Yeah, it's true.
That's why I just spend all my time just being creative and drawing my stuff and sharing it with the universe. And I'm like I said, I'm enjoying it all, man. Like I said, I take nothing for granted, man. I take nothing for granted. I always tell people this who support me is that if it weren't for you guys, man, Raymond Leonard would be working somewhere he doesn't want to be. You know.
Yeah, it's when we had when we had Mark on, and we've been actually on the Otten Stuff show, I should say, because this is a different platform, I guess. But on the Odd and Stuff show, we had Mark on, and then we've had a lot of independent creators, besides some of the bigger giant names in the industry, I guess, that we've had on over the last few months. Every time we talk to a independent creator, it's always the same thing. I think it was TJ Sterling. I was talking when we had him on not too long ago. It was at that realization you get when you stop pursuing the big boys and other people's characters that you have nothing to do with. There's no real besides the love of the character, and you start focusing on your own stuff, something you create from your own mind, create with your own hands. It's just much more
Exactly.
fulfilling, way more fulfilling to work on your own book. And I think today and age, where we have the crowdfunding, the indie scene is so big. I keep preaching it, and I hear other people preaching it. That this is the time and place. If you have a character out there and you have a book and you want to pursue it,
Go
do it
for
now.
it.
Do it right now.
Go
Because we're
go
living in
for
a
it. Take advantage of
renaissance
this
age.
quarantine. Take advantage of the whole quarantine. I know that you hate by staying in the house, but I had no problem staying in the house, because I love drawing comics.
Right. Yeah.
People like, man, you crazy as hell. You staying in the house. I'm like, hey, I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm
Yep.
going. I'm not trying to get out guy here, but I tell anybody who if you create something, man, don't sit on it. Don't act like, oh man, I don't know nobody gonna like this or not. You
Right.
gotta go out there, you gotta give it a try, you gotta throw it out there. Don't be secretive of it. Like, no, I'm not ready to show them yet. screw that, man. Just show them, get some feedback going. And, people are gonna be honest with you. This to the people, that's gonna, that's try to push you to go there. That's why I do Age of Solo. I just do them out there. It was Gytron, my first character that I created. I was pushing, but he got put to the back burner because everybody started liking Age of Solo, and I just posted him as he was just a webcomic at first.
Yeah.
And he just took off on social media, and I was like, well, I gotta put something to the side. I said, sorry, Gytron, you gotta go to the background, dude. And I just gave him Age of Solo. That's what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if you got something, man, just put it out there. Don't be afraid. We all get better in time.
Yeah.
Our previous work might don't look good. You probably see something you don't like in the first book you did. Like, man, I could have did better than that. But what you're doing is, showing that you progressed, you getting better, you got better at what you was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like if you look at my first book, I went in on that Age of Solo 1. When you see that second book, you can tell I really started to get the groove of things. Like, okay, in the third book, I really just snapped off. Fourth book, I just went total Jim Lee. That's the truth. I speak the truth on this stuff, man. And, it's fun. It's fun that you're able to do this stuff, man. And you can see it getting done, man. Nobody, it's like, no one can tell you cannot do this. You're doing it.
Yeah.
You know how many rejection letters I had got from companies that I had submitted Age of Solo to, and they told me, nah, people are not gonna like this, or they say, no, it's not fit for our company. They did all this stuff, and I was like, okay, so I just did the crowdfunding. I said, well, I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm gonna prove that people really want this.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I proved them wrong. Like, hey, people want this. And I'm still gonna prove them wrong that they was wrong. I got so much great, crazy news coming up. I can't wait to share with everyone. But until now, I can't say much because I signed a contract. You said that contract.
Oh yeah.
It's confidential.
What's up, Mike?
It's confidential. You can't say much, but
there we go.
It's just, man, it's crazy. Is that Mike?
Yes, sir.
Mike, man, what's going on? I can't wait to get your book, man. I got the U.S. Assassin, and now I'm an American Ninja. Where I grew up as a kid.
Yeah, I got the supplemental book that came with the. Oh shit! My mind just went blank.
You got two, right? Yeah, backed it.
Yeah, I backed it twice. What the fuck am I? Graveyard Shift. Jeez, what the hell's wrong with me? God.
Oh yeah, Graveyard Shift.
Horrible friend.
Oh, that book is total crazy right there, boy. Woo!
Yeah, it's an awesome book.
My man Melon, he doing it.
I got the U.S. Assassin because it came with the supplemental book of Graveyard Shift 2. And then I just backed their new project, or the new, it's the same book, but I wanted it signed. So I backed it again. So I'm going to get two of those books. One's going to be signed and one's not. But yeah, Mike also right now is the current co-host of the Ott and Stuff show. And he will be on tomorrow night with me when we have El Guapo on the Ott and Stuff show. So tune in for that. But for tonight, we are pushing Raymond Leonard's Age of Solo City Under Siege campaign, and there's plenty of time. Like I said, 47 days left to get to that $5,000 goal. Regardless, anybody that backs the project is going to get the books. So I mean, it's not like Kickstarter. That's what's cool about Indiegogo. You're gonna get what you get. But
you gotta get it, man. We don't make the goal. Hey, no problem. As long as you get your book, we all good. We all good.
Yep. So share it around. That's what's cool about this independent scene. I mean, everybody supports everyone. Regardless of whatever affiliation and groups you have. We're all independent, and I think the independents should always support each other. Don't let silly politics and bullshit like that get in the way, because we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah,
we're all doing the same thing.
Right. Politics. I don't care who you vote. I don't care who you for, man. I don't care who side you on. To me, at the end of the day, we're gonna need each other with something more bigger.
Yep, absolutely.
A big ass alien could come here, man. I'm not gonna say, man, get away from me, man. No, man, I can't be with you, man. You're a Trump supporter, man. Oh.
Yeah,
You know, I ain't got
that's
time for
true.
that, man. We gotta fight these aliens, bro.
Oh, that'd be something.
You know what I mean? But John Mellon's a great guy, man. You know, he did a special prayer for me during the first campaign of Agent Solo, and that was so kind of him to do that, man. He did that, and I was just mad, but I still got prints of that what he did for me with the Agent Solo versus my villain character Sledgehammer for that first campaign. And John Mellon, I mean, he just, man, that guy, to see where he's at now, it's just mind blowing. And you know, his work is just phenomenal. But now he's just extremely anonymous. Like, wow, like his stuff is just mind blowing, man. It's like, this is crazy. It's really just crazy seeing these guys become bigger than what they were at first. You know what I mean? It's just everybody's doing their own thing now. It's not about everybody not worried about Marvel, DC anymore. Everybody's just doing their own thing, and it's becoming big. And it's just a beautiful thing seeing it, man. Like seeing creators like really like taking over now. Like we finally getting that shine. You know what I mean? And it just, to me, it's man. Well, I love it. I love it all, man. Like man, it's unbelievable right now, but it's happening.
Yeah, it's nice to know that we live in a day and age where you can put your own stuff out there without having to go through the routes of getting a name first, working at a bigger company, and then trying to get your book out years down the line. You know, right now there seems to be a very real hunger for new stuff, new characters, new stories. Because I mean, as much as we love Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and the X-Men, they've been around for decades, you know, and it's like just like with Hollywood, give us something new. If you actually, if a movie came out with a fresh concept and a kind of a newer story, and it's not just redone, people are going to flock to it because it's something new. And with the indie scene, you're giving them new characters, you're giving them fantastic stories. And I don't listen to all the bullshit people try to. I've heard people try to bash the indie scene because it's not on the same level quality wise as the big books, and I think it's bullshit. You know,
that's not bullshit. Can you tell you why? Netflix is the key for indie creators.
Yeah, there you go.
Netflix is giving us what we want. You know what I mean? And man, dude, if I get a Netflix deal, I'm happy with that. Like seriously, like they're the key to indie comics. They proved it. Umbrella Academy. Everybody, when that came out, Dark Horse sales went up for the Umbrella trade backs. They sold out of them because people had discovered them. They didn't know who they were at first. Then they found out it was a comic book series, and they tracked the back issues, and it went up. The price of those books went up. The trades, they had to reorder. They had to put it back in production. See what I'm saying? And there's more like Frank Miller's Curse. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I haven't. It's on my list. I'm going to check it out because I've heard really good things about it.
Check that out, man. That's crazy shit, but it's good. And that's independent. It's creator owned. Like I said, it's a good year for creators, man. And people just don't understand that. Hollywood, they're not gonna really give us what we want. They're gonna always do they into that remake crap. Nobody really give a damn about. I don't want to see a remake, a Total Recall.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a remake of Goonies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah, leave that alone. No, that's classic.
Right, it's the classics. Leave the classics. The classics still live. We don't want to see the remake. Why we want to see a remake? It's something that's already milestone as a classic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Be creative, make some new stuff, but that's where Hollywood's kind of mad at Netflix, because Netflix is really giving the audience what they really want. And people really don't want to go to the show. They just want to stay home and look at Netflix.
Yeah.
They're pissed about it. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's a great year for indie, man. I'm always excited when I'm making this stuff, and I'm able to draw stuff and send it off to the colorist, and to get it back and just look at it and just look at it like it's like, man, like fall in love with it, man. I'm like, oh my God, look at this cover, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man. You can't knock that.
Yep.
You can't knock it, brother.
Well, see, we've been on for almost an hour, and I think let's Mike says looks great. And it does, yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Like I've said, anybody that's checking this out, and I'll say this again, a lot of the indie creators we've had on this show, the stuff is just good. It's good quality. It's good art. It looks fun. I don't think there's a single thing that we brought somebody on here that I haven't legitimately liked and been interested in, and then gone and bought. So I support a lot of the creators that come on here, and I hope that a lot of people watching will give these products a chance, just a chance. It doesn't really take that much money. I mean, you're talking about $10, $20. I mean, you could go down the streets of McDonald's and spend that much for 2 meals for you and your wife or something, so help an independent creator out, help the indie scene out, buy a book, take a chance on something. You might actually really, really enjoy it. I'm preaching to anybody that might be on the edge here.
Anybody that back it, man, I want to thank you if you consider backing it. And I'm also known as throwing extra shit in people's rewards without even them knowing it. So I'm more of a surprising guy. I throw extra stuff in that's not even including reward, because I just feel like people took the time out to support, and I just want to get that back, show them that I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And that I just want to get that back, man, to show them that thank you. Because you don't get that a lot from a lot of people. You back their stuff, you don't get a lot of extra stuff. You're like, oh man, he had this here with it. I didn't know I was getting this. So I just want to thank anybody that, if you're considering backing, thank you so much. Any amount due, even a $1 donation.
Right. Yeah, and actually, I've noticed a lot of campaigns like that where even if you don't want the product, or you don't really want to buy the book, sometimes you can just donate to help the creator out, because the independent creators, they're usually fantastic people, nice people, and they can use all the help they can get. We can use. I mean, I'm part of that boat too. We can use all the help we can get.
Man.
My friend Nicole says Raymond smokes weed, doesn't he? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to, but
wait, hey Nicole, why you say that?
Be a whole lot cooler
I'm
if
not
you
saying
did.
anything. I want the feds to come knocking on my door and I say, yeah, I live in Chicago. I gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Keep that under wraps. That was good though. I enjoyed that question. Thank you. That made me laugh.
That was a funny question.
So again, Indiegogo, the link is in the YouTube channel on this, and it's also in the Facebook live stream. It's also on Raymond's personal sites that you can find. Go to it. Even if you just want to grab it and share it around so that it gets more eyes and more people seeing what we're talking about,
yes,
that would be much
appreciated.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Yep, that would be awesome. We thank everybody for doing that. And also thank everybody for joining us tonight. It was a last minute thing, but it's always awesome to help a fellow creator out when we get a chance.
I thank you again, Joe. Thank you again.
Yeah, absolutely,
man. And helping me out here, man. I mean, I just want to take my hats off to you for taking the time out. Doing this for me, man. It really is a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. It was a pleasure having you on. All right, everybody. So tomorrow on the Ott and Stuff show, we're going to be having El Guapo, and Mike McMahon will be back. And after that, Sean Aaron.
Make sure we watching that one.
It's going to be a good one.
Mike
I've been looking forward to that.
Man.
Yeah. And then for everybody that's wondering, Sean Aaron and I are going to be doing a Fluffer and Stuff show, which we have not done since Sean's been absent from the show. I think next Wednesday for a brief moment where he's going to get on and just kind of talk to everybody and express his love to everyone. And then he should be joining the Ott and Stuff show again going forward after that. So we're looking forward to getting Sean back. That'll be a good time. We love Sean, his brother of ours. Much love goes out to him.
Much love, Sean.
Absolutely. So again, Agent Solo, City Under Siege, Indiegogo. We're trying to get to $5,000. We're at $1,560 right now, I think, with 48 backers. And I would also like to say to anybody that's backed this project, you can always back another time, second time too, if you want to get another cover, because he's got 4 variant covers. So you got 4 variant covers if you want to get all those covers.
Yeah.
You got action figures out there. That mug looks awesome. I might have to check that out because you can tell I collect these coffee mugs. So
that mug
I'm
is
always
sick, dude. I like that mug.
this one.
I like
Yeah,
that mug.
Mark Bagley's art. I think he drew some of the sickest Venoms.
Yeah, that's for that Venom issue 1, I believe.
Yeah, Venom 1 cover right there of what was the title of it? Killer. I can't remember, but yeah, Venom #1.
Yeah,
One of my favorite books.
The chrome foil cover.
Oh yeah.
I got that book.
I still got it.
Book.
I read it every once in a while though. I mean, I probably have to buy it again. All my books are starting to fall apart. Some of the older ones, but all right, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Before we get out of here, Raymond, why don't you plug all your sites and where people can find your art, social medias, all that good stuff.
I'm on Facebook at Raymond Leonard. I'm also on Instagram at Raymond Leonard. You can catch me on Twitter at Guytron104. Also you can catch me on YouTube at Draw Talk Pop Culture. That's the name of my channel. Draw Talk Pop Culture, where I talk about movies, toys, and art and good stuff like that. And hopefully you guys back at your solo and you're gonna get a great experience from the book. Whatever you get, like I said, I had little surprises to everyone's order. And thank you just for your support. Every dollar amount counts. If you can contribute $5, $1, anything that helps, I'm blessed with it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us, brother, and we'll talk to you again soon. Everybody have a great night. Thank you for checking this out. Thank you for the support for all of us, the Out and Stuff Show, this channel, Raymond's channel. We appreciate it greatly, and I will see everybody tomorrow. And have a great night. Love each other, and I'm talking about weird, dirty love. All right. See y'all later.